For 30 intense minutes, Moscow was under direct attack. Air raid sirens screamed across the Russian capital as waves of Ukrainian drones penetrated deep into the city's airspace. Russian air defenses lit up the night sky with missile launches and gunfire. In total, 11 Ukrainian drones were shot down over Moscow and its surroundings in one of the most alarming incursions yet. Emergency teams rushed to multiple crash sites as debris fell near residential areas and critical infrastructure. What Russian officials are calling a foiled attack has once again exposed the vulnerability of Putin's own backyard. Welcome to Military Force. In this extended 8-minute breakdown, we examine how Ukraine launched this bold deep strike on Moscow, the dramatic 30-minute air battle, Russia's defensive response, the immediate aftermath, and what this escalating campaign means for the future of the war. Hit that like button right now and subscribe for unfiltered frontline analysis. This latest assault on Moscow did not emerge from nowhere. It is the latest chapter in Ukraine's growing capability to strike deep inside Russian territory. Over the past year, Ukrainian long-range drone operations have repeatedly reached the Russian capital region, targeting airfields, fuel infrastructure, and military-industrial sites. Each wave forces Russia to divert expensive air defense resources and reveals gaps in their homeland protection. The preparation for operations like this one is sophisticated and resource-intensive. Ukrainian military intelligence, GUR, and unmanned systems units conduct months of reconnaissance using satellite imagery, open-source data, and other methods to map Moscow's layered air defenses, including S-400 batteries, Pantsir systems, electronic warfare sites, and fighter jet alert bases. Ukraine's domestic drone industry has scaled dramatically. Long-range strike drones with improved navigation, heavier payloads, and better jam resistance are now produced in large numbers. For this specific wave, teams prepared a mix of decoy drones to saturate defenses and precision strike platforms aimed at drawing out Russian systems or hitting secondary targets. Operators train extensively for night operations over heavily defended urban areas, coordinating multiple waves to overwhelm response times. Deception remains a core tactic. Ukraine often launches simultaneous strikes on other regions, refineries, air bases, or logistics hubs, to stretch Russian Air Defense Command and force difficult prioritization decisions. This keeps Moscow's defenders guessing where the main effort will come. When the operation unfolded, the execution was rapid and intense. In a compressed 30-minute window, Ukrainian drones approached Moscow from different directions and altitudes. The first detections triggered immediate air raid alerts across the capital. Russian air defenses responded aggressively, launching surface-to-air missiles and scrambling fighters. Explosions and tracer fire lit up the sky as interceptors engaged the incoming threats. According to Russian reports, 11 drones were shot down during this short period. Some were intercepted far from the city center, while others were engaged closer in, with debris falling in suburban areas. Emergency services were quickly deployed to multiple crash sites to secure wreckage, check for fires or damage, and manage any civilian impact. Videos circulating from residents showed flashes in the sky, distant explosions, and emergency vehicles racing through the streets. While Russian officials claimed a successful defense with no major damage or casualties, the very fact that Ukrainian drones reached the outskirts of Moscow in such numbers is deeply concerning for the Kremlin. Each incursion forces the activation of expensive air defense missiles, strains command systems, and creates panic among the civilian population that has been told repeatedly the capital is secure. This weekend's 30-minute drone battle fits into Ukraine's broader strategy of sustained pressure on Russia's rear. By forcing Moscow to defend its own capital, Ukraine diverts resources that could otherwise support operations in Ukraine. Every air defense missile fired over Moscow is one less available for the front lines. Every hour spent on emergency response and investigation is time not spent planning new offensives. Strategically, these deep strikes serve multiple purposes. They demonstrate Ukraine's reach and technical capability, boost domestic morale, and keep Russian leadership off balance. They also target the psychology of the Russian elite, showing that the war is no longer confined to distant regions but can touch the heart of power. Russia faces significant challenges in defending against this threat. Their air defense network, while dense around Moscow, is not infinite. Constant activations wear down systems, deplete missile stocks, and exhaust personnel. Electronic warfare helps, but Ukrainian drones continue to evolve with better autonomy and countermeasures. The vast size of Russia's territory makes perfect coverage impossible, especially as Ukraine increases both the quantity and sophistication of its strike drones. For ordinary Muscovites, these repeated alerts create a growing sense of unease. While propaganda tries to portray every interception as a victory, the frequency of attacks reminds people that the war is closer than they would like. This psychological pressure adds to the economic strain already caused by sanctions and wartime spending. Ukraine's ability to conduct such operations highlights the success of its unmanned systems program. From small tactical FPVs on the battlefield to long-range strategic strikes reaching 700-plus kilometers, Ukraine has built one of the most innovative drone forces in the world. Domestic production at massive scale, combined with rapid battlefield learning, gives them a sustainable advantage in this domain. Looking ahead, this pattern is likely to continue and intensify. As Ukraine's drone industry grows and new long-range systems enter service, Moscow can expect more frequent incursions. Russia will likely respond by rushing additional air defense systems to the capital, increasing jamming efforts and attempting preemptive strikes on Ukrainian launch areas. But these measures come at a high cost and limited effectiveness. The 30-minute air battle over Moscow this weekend is more than just another intercepted attack. It is a visible symbol of Ukraine's growing reach and Russia's increasing vulnerability at home. The conflict continues to evolve rapidly, and operations like this weekend's assault on Moscow are reshaping the strategic picture. Distance no longer guarantees safety, and Putin's capital is learning that lesson repeatedly. What do you think? Will these repeated drone incursions over Moscow eventually force Russia to change its strategy in Ukraine, or will the attacks simply continue as part of a long war of attrition? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more detailed analysis of Ukraine's deep strike operations, air defense battles over Russia, and the latest developments in this war, smash the like button, share this video with others, and subscribe to Military Force. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching this full 8-minute breakdown. Stay informed, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next mission analysis.